Om Shanti. So yesterday we were reading the Murli of 18th of January 1979. The Murli was having the title Teachings to Celebrate 18th January, the Day of Remembrance as a Day of Power for all the time. So we saw that the Murli was relating to the Smriti Divas of Brahma Baba, and he during the Murli gave us an identity, a signal that as we have special remembrance from Brahma Baba, it is very important that we also follow what Brahma Baba did. And at the same time, he gave us some indications of how can we be determined, how can we have the garland of victory remembered. Also, he reminded us of the three quotes which Brahma Baba said towards the end: incorporeal, egoless, and viceless. So, today we'll be reading the second part of the Murli, Bab Dada meeting the Dadis. Today, did you maintain a balance between love and power? Did you remember Sakar Baba a lot today? Or was your remembrance balanced between the two? Okay, so again, these questions are very good questions for us also to check, because when Baba asks Dadis to check, so of course, Dadis are having a different level of Purusharth, and they being at the position of administration, they might face many such challenges. So that is why probably Baba asks, maintaining balance between love and power. And second thing, also remembering the two, so like Sakar and Brahma, Sakar Baba and Shiv Baba. The children who maintain this balance receive Baba's blessings of remaining blissful. Today, Sakar Baba also remembered you children. He was very happy to see the jewels of speciality in each of you children. In his physical life, his sanskars were that of a jeweler. Even in his lokik, even in his alaukik, that is spiritual life, his task is also that of a jeweler. Where would a jeweler's vision be drawn? Towards his invaluable jewels. Baba was seeing his jewels and embellishing them. You already know about Brahma Baba's sanskars of fast effort. Today, Baba said, prepare a garland. As soon as the garland is ready, it means that the game has ended. What happened then? According to his sanskars of making fast effort, Brahma Baba began to prepare the garland. But then Baba began to smile. He prepared the garland, but as soon as it was ready and he began to check it again, he didn't like it. He immediately began to alter it. He wanted to complete it and show it to everyone. Baba said, "You have the full power to show everyone by completing it. However, however you want." Brahma Baba invokes you children every day. Do you also invoke Baba? What result was seen? It was very entertaining scene. There was a heart-to-heart conversation between the two. They both smiled. The garland of 100 was 90% ready. The garland of the 8 was having so many alterations made. The conversation was about who should be given the fourth number and who should be given the fifth number. So today, Brahma Baba was thinking intensely about completing the garland. Okay, so we all know that those rosary of 108 beads, which Baba always mentions that we children would be ranked based on our Purusharth. So Baba has also done this mention of preparing the rosary in many of the Murlis, even if the Sakar Murli has done. And over here, Baba mentions that since Brahma Baba was keen Purusharthi, he wanted to do things faster, even in Lokik. So, same thing he wanted to do in Alokik. So, but while doing it, he couldn't complete because he was still not sure whom should be given the fourth, the fifth number, and so on. Just as Baba is unique, so his games are also unique. People of the world think that Baba has gone. However, he can celebrate a unique meeting with his children whenever he wants. People of the world have a curtain in front of their eyes. In any case, you would meet someone you love behind a curtain. So, there is a curtain in front of the eyes of the people of the world. However, Baba cannot be separated from his children. His promise was, "We will go together." Do you remember this promise? Acha. So now Baba is meeting the different groups. So there are many different groups, around 5 groups. We'll read each of them one by one. First group, did you did all of you hear Bapsada's heart-to-heart conversation in the subtle region? Have you also received the inspiration to make yourself ever ready? Always pay attention to remaining as victorious as the Father, because it is only those who remain victorious for a long period of time that can become the beads of the rosary of victory. Hmm. So, one secret Baba mentions that in order to become the beads of the rosary of victory, विजयंती माला का मणका बनने के लिए, it is only those who remain victorious for a long period of time. If you are defeated every now and then and again, you can never become a bead of the rosary of victory. What should you what should you constantly remember in order to be victorious? In order to become victorious, you must constantly keep the Father in front of you and do that which the Father has done. Every step you take should be like His step. Whatever the children think should be that which the Father thinks. Whatever the children say should be that which the Father says. So it's very interesting. In order to become victorious, what the Father has done, what the Father thinks, and what the Father sees. Mansa vacha karmana, it should be like the Father. Only then will you be able to become victorious. You need to pay attention to this constantly. If you only want to claim a kingdom for a short time, then you only have to remember this for a short time. As is your effort, so is your reward. So, are your efforts so constant that you will claim a kingdom for all the time? Since you have all the knowledge of Maya, you can never be deceived. It is when you become ignorant that you are deceived. Knowledge is said to be light and might. Those who are filled with knowledge, that is, those who have both light and might, can never be defeated by Maya. Sometimes your thoughts lack determination. You think about doing something, but because you lack the determination to do, your thinking and doing are not equal. When there is determination in your thoughts, your doing will become equal to your thinking. You have heard a great deal, so now put everything that you have heard into practice. Okay, so here is another point which we can reflect on today, that how is it that we could develop or we could ensure that we are determined in our thoughts so that our doing also become equal to our thinking. So maybe we might have planned a lot of purusharth, a lot of things, maybe logic or alokik, anything it could be. But if you are not able to accomplish it, where is it that I am lacking in my determination? So let us go to the group 2, Baba meeting group 2. Do you know the importance of the conference age and thereby accumulate in every thought and at every second? No time is wasted, is it? Even when a second is wasted, the value of that second is very great. Just as you receive 100,000 fold for one, so too, if you waste even a second, you have wasted 100,000 fold. So, as Baba mentioned, एक कदम है पदम की कमाई. So even if we waste a second, a padam kamai is wasted. Do you pay this much attention? You don't become careless, do you? It is no longer the time for this. At the moment, everything is okay because no one is checking your account. But in just a short while, you yourself will have to repent. This time is very valuable, and it is through the blessing of this time that you can become an invaluable jewel. An invaluable jewel would spend his time in an invaluable way. By considering yourself to be an invaluable jewel, every second and every thought you spend will also become invaluable. Group number 3. Do all of you consider yourselves to be the most elevated souls of all and thereby perform elevated deeds? As is your occupation, so should be your acts. The acts of someone is a high position would be according to that position. How do you most elevated souls occupy yourselves? Every thought and every second of an elevated soul would be just as elevated. No one else can have the special part of attaining the Father that you have. Since you are called Brahma Kumaris, the children of God, your behavior should be according to that. Let your behavior constantly be according to your occupation. If an eminent person were to act senselessly or like a child, everyone would laugh at him. So too, if you call yourselves Brahma Kumaris or Brahma Kumaris, but act ordinarily, what would people say? You have been senseless for half a kalp, now become sensible. Every thought of a sensible person would be powerful. Okay, so to the third group, Baba is referring that the most elevated souls would consider to perform each deeds elevatedly. And he also gave us example of Lokik. How in Lokik the reputed souls are very conscious of each of their activities. If they act like a child or senselessly, people will mock at them. So if we call ourselves Brahma Kumars, then yes, we should make sure that even our acts are the similar ones. So Baba meeting the group 4. Do you consider yourselves to be an unshakable as Angad, just as you were a kalpa ago? So everybody knows the story of Angad, a character in Ramayana who was sent by Lord Ram to Ravana, and since the people mocked at him, so he just gave a challenge to the entire court of Ravana that you can't do anything of Sri Ram. Forget about Sri Ram. Can you even move my leg? And everybody in the palace of Ravana, one by one, came and were unable to move the leg of Angad. And he mentions that I am just a small disciple of Sri Ram. If you can't even move my leg, you can imagine how powerful Lord Ram would be. So there is a story I think most of us knows, but Baba is asking us, do we consider ourselves to be as unshakable as Angad, just as you were a kalpa ago? To be as unshakable as Angad means to be constantly victorious by having faith in your intellect. If you shake even slightly, you cannot become victorious. So it's worth checking. Is there any area where we shake slightly, or there is a slight doubt which comes to our mind? If you shake even slightly, you cannot become victorious. The obstacles of Maya come to you as a test paper in the drama in order to make you into a Mahavir. You can't be transferred to a more advanced class without taking an exam. To be given a test paper in school means to progress in school. So, when you have when you are given a paper, you should be happy and not shake. Learn a lesson from Maya. Maya never shakes. She remains immovable. Learn this lesson from Maya and conquer her. So Baba meeting the fifth group. I think the last group for us to close today's Murli. The response of love is to follow the Father. One would automatically follow someone who loves. Always remember to check whether the act you are about to perform would be following the Father. If not, then stop it there and then. If you are following the Father in performing it, then continue with it. After all, you only have to copy Him. By copying the Father, you become like the Father. In order to copy something, you normally use a carbon paper. Therefore, use the photocopy paper of attention and you will be able to copy. If you don't make yourself into an intense effort maker now, then it will be soon be too late and you will remain deprived because this time is soon going to end. Now is the time to make yourself completely full with all powers. If you are not able to make yourself completely full, then take cooperation, but don't just put it aside. The sign of someone becoming complete is seen from his contentment. Important statement. The sign of someone becoming complete is seen from his contentment. Therefore, become a constantly contented soul. Okay, so I think here we end the Murli. So maybe we can sit in silence for a couple of minutes, and then there is just a small paragraph. I think it's not printed in English, just the last paragraph which I see in Hindi. I'll just read that out. No, no, I think, yeah, everything is completed. So we are good to close. So we'll just sit in silence for a minute and we'll share churning. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Yes, let's start sharing. So I read
Um,
in the chat Dadi's blissful balance between love and power. Brahma Baba working with garland of eight. Keep Father constantly in front of you and do not and do what Father does think, what he thinks say, and he says determination. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, Om Shanti. So Baba says lack of determination, right? To do something, right? You think and your doing will not become equal. So in order to make it equal, so you need to have a determined thought. So our doing and thinking will become equal. So Baba said we have already heard so much. We need to pay attention on putting those into practice. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Yeah, that is a very good point. So just a follow-up point on that, and maybe even the group can share. So what is it I would need to keep my thought determined? Or let me put it another way, uh, how should I make sure that, because we all have lots of thoughts, and no doubt we are working towards it, and things even take time, but as Baba mentions, he also gave us an example. So what is it that I would need to do to make sure that my thought don't slip off? They are determined at all the time. Any inputs on that,
Attention.
brother?
Paying attention is one thing.
Yes, very important. Paying attention. Anything else?
Om Shanti, brother. First of all, I have to know why should I be determined? What do I achieve? What do I get out of this determination, the end? So when the aim, what I want to become and what I'm going to get, when I know my destination very clear, and when I'm filled with that zeal and enthusiasm, only then my determination is there. Otherwise, I make high funda promises, Baba, I'll do this, Baba, I will do that, everything we do. But then what happens? We fizzle out. So why do we fizzle out? Why does that determination with which when we meet Baba, we really say, I remember when I was young, they used to say, a lover wrote to his beloved, I love you so much, I love you so much that I shall cross all the mountains and rivers and come and meet you. And down PS, he writes there, if it rains today, we don't meet. I always remember that kind of a thing. So we talk high, but there is no balance between what we think, what we talk, and what do we do. So there is a kind of a leakage in all this.
Yeah,
That's
another
where
thing is,
determination falters.
Yes. Very important. Someone mentioned, know the importance of reasoning. Why? Okay. That is very important, as you mentioned. So, yes. So, both things. At the beginning, I think, because if we are not very serious, or if we don't know the result, what is the end result of being determined, that determination is just for the sake of it. Papa telling us raise hands, and we just raise hand, and we become happy, and we forget it. So that is at the inception we need. And as brother mentioned, after having determination, we also need attention. It's not that one we are determined and just done. So the more we revise, the more we keep attention on what we promised or what is our goal, the more we cherish it, the more we attract those things to ourselves. So yeah, wonderful.
Praful, but can it also be there is a depletion of energy in us? See, if there is a lot of energy one needs in this determination. It's not very easy. See, even when I talk about determination, I want to become a police officer. Even in that, there are so many challenges one faces and all. And the support system which we get from around us really makes us fulfill that aim of a police officer. Now, in this kind, what I find is there is some depletion of energy. Again, I think coming back to the same lesson of body consciousness. So I think as we try to take more of that capacity as what I am, body, I can do this, that's my thing. But I don't understand, but whatever capacity I have, it's God given. It's a gift from God. Even the support system is a gift from God. I think there is a depletion of energy within us which dilutes the determination.
Yeah, but in what sense? Like, for example, if we are not getting any support system towards our goal and we seeking for them, does that lead to depletion, or is it something else? How do you
Yes,
see that?
support
Mm-hmm.
system is needed. See, whether you're part of this, even when you're not, even if, take, for example, if you're a center Nivasi, the support system which you need there. That's why, Baba always says, no one, no one will support you. All that if I take that support which I'm getting, even as a center Nivasi or as a family member, if some support, it's God given. Nobody in this world is going to really be a part of my journey till then, other than that one. I think if I hold that hand, maybe because I find many times why, even honestly, even in my case, I can say the determination gets diluted. Something I just say, why? What's wrong? I love the knowledge. I love Baba. I love everything. why should that, like jo bolte hain na, have fist, it should be tight. Then that's where they say, that energy comes. But why does the fist get loosened? So it gets diluted. There are many reasons. I think it's a very deep thing to know. And Baba keeps talking and he gives us the slogan, determination, key of success, determination, key of success. But
Yes,
that key, we lose it, or the key has got rusted, or the key doesn't work on the lock. Maybe the lock is not working. There are many reasons. I say, I think this one determination, if we have, everything would work.
exactly. And that is why even in Lokics we see, like for example, if there is a Olympic player, maybe he is so much determined that he will make sure that his morning routine, his practice, his diet, his coach timing, everything is streamlined because that person has a deadline or a target to be achieved, that he needs a Olympic gold. And in order to make sure, he probably even works on his support system in order to ensure that things are helping him in a way he achieves that goal. It could be anything, a Olympic or person studying for his examination, any big examination. Even in Lokik, we see determination is not something which is just for us, but everywhere it works. The only thing is that for them, probably, the goal or the exam is just next year, or it's a very measurable thing. Just a few days down the line, they will get some things, or they have large number of examples who have already done them, those things. But for us, I think sometimes, since we have to study the lifelong till the end, we don't have that. We are not that deadline driven or that consciously driven that, oh, just this is the last year for me to do the effort, because Baba says na, jab tak jeena tab tak padna hai. So sometimes there is a little leakage over there. And secondly, in our case, the end result is something which we believe, actually we start getting result in this birth itself. But most of us, based on the Murli or based on things which we normally perceive, we think that, we would be so and so in the Satyug, we would be so and so in the first half Kalpa. And other than Brahma Baba, who of course nobody else is, really, we do see that who has actually completely done and in our daily conversation with us. Like we see in Lokics. So, for example, somebody has already achieved a gold medal, somebody has already attained a degree. There are those people, we see their success story, we see them having such and such thing. So, those are some of the very minor things, but these things also help prevent us from doing slow efforts.
Yeah, you were just saying about that gold medal, Praful Bhai. There's one word I want to add. I think even fear. I just want to share with you, just day before yesterday, I just happened to see a cricket match of a girl called as Richa, who really took a determination to take a team to win. And the whole story runs like this. Every shot of hers was magical. It was something out of the blue. But in the end, that fear, that's what he said. I had a fear that I may not be able to finish it. So it was just a few seconds. You can say a few inches she lost. They were the victory. So I think fear also makes us, will I live? Will I be there? Will I be till the end following Baba's Shrimad? Fear, I think fear also pulls us down.
Yes. Sanjay Bhai?
Om Shanti. When Baba talks about determination, Baba talks about firm determination. And what that firm determination is, that I am the future deity, I am the God, Goddess, what Baba has said. And see, this is as people confuse it, this is not imagination, this is visualization. As because when God has said, you are the future deity, that means that's our future, because God has told us about that, who I will be. What I am is a soul, and we have to be always aware of that, because determination is also awareness. In each and every second, fraction of second, you are aware that I am a soul, I am the future deity. And when a person is aware of the goal, lakshya, in chances of deflection from the lakshya is very, very less. And here in this case, when we keep Baba with us, always combined with Baba, the question of fear will not arise. Because fear comes when you are away from Baba. When we become body conscious, when we are soul conscious, we are connected with Baba. And when we are connected with Baba, the awareness, who am I and what can I become, that will be there. And when that is there, attention comes automatically. So that awareness factor is what I feel that is very, very important. And when we are aware, things happens in the right direction also. And in this confluence age, we are so lucky that God has not only given us the goal, God has also sent a very good example like Brahma Baba, that how we can achieve that goal. And we need not go in and outs. We have just to copy Brahma Baba and do it. So determination is easy as debatable, that yes, it is very difficult, because when we follow the instructions of Baba, just we have to copy Brahma Baba, and that determination will be translated into success as Brahma Baba has done. Om Shanti.
Yes. Another, I think in the chat, somebody has mentioned having the awareness of who I am and churning can make me determined. Also, Baba says over a long period of time, one has to develop, only then successful will make us determined. Okay, someone mentions confluence age, every second is valuable. Elevated souls' thoughts must be elevated. Now become sensible. Test papers means progress in school. Okay, I think we had a very good sharing. So, any last point before we close? Anyone?
Praful Bhai, can you just clarify one point? See, the first paragraph you spoke about this alteration of the eight. There's eight jewels always really, and see that paragraph is only for the dadis. So it's very clear. And I remember Baba says out of that eight, two is fixed. I think in 2000 Murli he had said two is fixed. From three only the changes starts, and they are all Shaktis and Pandavas. So even see, do you think even among the dadis, each one, I don't know, it's just my sharing, would they think, oh, will even is my position from 3 to 8 being shaken? Because when Baba speaks about that, even though we know what are the qualities, jewels of the forehead, jewels of neck, we have got all knowledge. But that's a very shaky thing. That's something which Baba mentioned in the Murli. And today you mentioned Angad. But see, Baba is saying even Maya is unshakable.
Mm-hmm.
So he's telling us to copy Maya even.
Om Shanti. I would like to add one line there. Maya is unshakable, okay, but when Baba is with us, Maya is shakable. When Baba is with us, everything is possible. What that was impossible earlier becomes possible, because we are now aware that who am I? Child of Baba. I am the deity. I am the future deity. I can do it. And another thing what Baba adds, that har ghadi antim ghadi. So time factor is also there. If you consider time factor, har ghadi antim ghadi, anything can happen at any time. So that what actually we want to become, do it without wasting any time. So We have to follow the Baba's Murli, Baba's instructions, line by line, word by word. Definitely will become what Baba wants. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Another thing which I could recall when you spoke about Maya being unshakable, sometimes even in physical, we see if a specific thing is not really shakeable, we find our way around it. For example, a river is flowing and there is a big stone in the middle. So the river will not stop. It will just go around the stone and make sure that it reaches the destination. So there could be some obstacles, there could be some challenges even in our life which are really there until we live. It could be family challenges, it could be someone with some other disabilities or whatever it could be. But then, even if that is not shakable, we can really find our way around it and make sure that we reach goal rather than grumbling that this thing can't be done way. So this is another perspective to look at it. No matter how things are, but we can really find out our ways. And regarding the first point, uh, yeah, sometimes even Baba checks how, even if the first person who is, like, when I say, sometimes in politics also we see somebody is really winning, but people ask them such questions or try to test them in such a way whether they are really sure that they would be are capable, or will they be losing those things. So Baba sometimes really tests the dadis consciousness, their mind, how stable they are, even while making them aware that things are really moving or around, so that the firmness, the thought process is what being seen. So even for the small kids we do, or otherwise in school also we do with the other kids. So there are different tools even a teacher uses to test his children, his learnings, how children has imbibed. But yeah, Baba only knows what he wanted to test, but he makes sure that whatever message he wants to convey, he does it by hook or crook. So anyways, so that's my limited thought on that. So let us, in interest of time, do small reflection and we'll close today's session. So I am of the awareness that I am seated at the center of the forehead, a determined soul, a person who is always maintaining balance between the love and power. I am a victorious soul. As Baba mentioned yesterday, that victory is garland in my neck. Likewise, I am the one of the beads of the garland. It's not just the seniors, but even myself, part of the victorious rosary. And as I know the importance of confluence each, my each thought, each word, and actions are aligned. My deeds are elevated, since I am the most elevated soul on this planet. No matter, there would be situations coming around me, but I am unshakable as Angad. And since I have a role model, Brahma Baba, in front of me, All that I have to do is just follow Father in every action. I come back to the awareness of my current day. And with this beautiful Murli, I thank Baba. Baba giving me a chance, giving me a light today to reflect upon something. And the entire day, I'll spend my time with Baba, playing with his jewels and enjoying each and every scene, embracing them as it comes. Om Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day ahead.